Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. I am your co-host, Starkey, here with the main leader of this here shindig, Mr. Jared Cox, and welcome to the 13th episode of Ball Don't Lie.
What up?
How you doing tonight, buddy?
Man, we good. Grizzlies in the playoffs. It's National Grizzlies Day, but I'm repping the 501. Hey, Woo Pig, baby. Number 3 in football recruiting for next year. Number 1 in everybody's way too early predictions, and 6 in baseball. Woo Pig, baby. Sarky, I think we have a good show today.
I think we do too.
I think today's hot topic, we're just going to go ahead and say it, folks. Today's hot topic is what band that has broken up over the years would you get back together, and why? Like, if they're dead, that they fall in the caps, they'd be like, I want like a breakup. Like NSYNC breaking up, broke hundreds of girls' hearts. Sarky, you danced to them at my wedding.
I did.
You hit the bye at my wedding. The Backstreet Boys, One Direction, the Jonas Brothers. Oh, they got back together.
The Backstreet Boys are still together.
Oh, they broke up though. They're not the same. I don't count it though. You got Motley Crue. I think they broke up.
I think they did.
I think Daltrey broke up. But anyway, we'll get to that at the end of the show, like we always do, folks. Today, it's a great show. But first, we gotta hear from our sponsor.
Let's do it.
Starkey, NBA basketball is coming up.
It is.
Do you know what the Grizzlies' odds are to win the NBA Finals? Or let's say to make the NBA Finals?
I don't.
Plus 1,400.
Okay.
To make it to the NBA Finals. To win it is plus 4,600. Which means, folks, 10 gets you $1,330. 100 gets you $1,300. Folks, if you want to place a bet, get with my man, Billy the Bookie at gmail.com. I'm sorry, Billy White the Bookie. Billy White is my go-to guy for all my betting needs. And if Starkey gambled, I'm pretty sure he'd be Starkey's go-to guy. Remember, folks, he's a great guy. Live event source. Unfortunately, he was wrong for once about his golf. He cost us. He put me a big believer on Bubba Watson, and Bubba sucked. Bubba sucked.
Hey, shout out Scotty Scheffler though.
Scotty Scheffler, yes. Well, he sucked day one, but we'll get into that in a second though. Billy White, amazing guy, love him to death. Go to him for all your betting needs. I promise you, you won't be disappointed if you lose. He won't take a finger. He won't take a toe. He won't chop off a leg. He won't beat you with a bat. He won't put you
all good things.
Yes, he won't throw you over the bridge with cement feet. He'll just add interest to all your loans. Remember, folks, Sarky, hit him with the red line. You should know this by now.
I did. I should. If you need help gambling, call the Tennessee Red Line at 800-889-9789.
And remember, folks, the best way to get out of debt is don't quit gambling. So Starkey, we got the NBA playing games going on right now. Right now, it is not looking good for Cleveland, unfortunately. It's sad to see. Cleveland started the year so strong, but in this second half of the season, but honestly, right before All-Star break, they started kind of going downwards.
Mm-hmm.
You hate to see it for a great former Grizzly. I love JB Bickerstaff. I thought he was a great coach in Memphis. The year and a half he was the head coach. I thought he was great. I don't think we should have fired him when we did, but we never would have got Jenkins, and we're probably where we're at now.
Very true.
But I've been saying this for a while, folks. Brooklyn is a team don't sleep on.
100%.
Right now, remember, folks, they can play in every game, in every city. Kyrie can play in every city but Toronto. Right now, Katie and Kyrie both have 20 points apiece at halftime.
Ooh.
No, I'm sorry. I misread that. Kyrie, however, is 9 for 9 from the field with 20 points, and KD has 12 points. They're carrying them.
Absolutely.
So like we said, and they get the big one tonight. Remember, if you are a Grizzly fan, who are we cheering for, Starkey?
The Los Angeles Clippers.
Yes, and I hate to say it.
I know.
That
It
clip.
breaks my heart to say that.
I got my rally towel right here from back in the day. I think it's oh no, this is actually one from the series. Whoop that clip. Yeah, I can't be saying that tonight. We gotta whoop the Timber. I don't know, whatever you say against a Timberwolf, but you got, yes, folks, we are diehard Clipper fans tonight. And the rumor keeps
And Paul George we
around.
trust.
Yes, and PA, we need, God, if there's any juice left in PG for one more playoff game or run, let it just be tonight. The rumor still, I've been reading left and right, and people keep saying Kawhi may be coming back.
Yeah.
Which I keep thinking to myself in the back of my mind, there's no way they're going to play him. There's no way you play him. I don't, with how weird his people are, there's no way they let him come back out of the blue. No game, no playing games, no practice games, just playoffs go. I mean, these are the people that wanted to leave the Spurs after they were trying to get him to go back on an ankle injury. What were you going to say? Sorry.
I was going to say, I don't think they would for obviously the playing game, or maybe not the first round. But if the Clippers get past the first and the second round, I can see them slowly starting to ramp Kawhi's practices and rehab back up a little bit.
And I know we both love Taylor Jenkins, and we both agree he should be Coach of the Year or Monty Williams.
Absolutely.
But honestly, I think Ty Lue deserves it. If
he is at least deserving of a lot of votes for sure.
I mean, if you look at what he's had this year, he's been without Kawhi all year, and he's been without PG over half the year. Yeah. And you still got your team to the 8th seed right now. Like, if there wasn't the playing games from last year, your team would be playing in the playoffs right now.
Yep.
Granted, I still think they'll be in the playoffs, even if they lose tonight. Remember, if you lose the 7-8 game, you get a redemption game. You play the 1 seed. Play Phoenix.
You do all that just to probably get bounced by Phoenix.
And I keep, in the back of my mind, I keep just thinking, I just don't want to play Minnesota.
No.
It's because of Pat Bev. Pat Bev scares me.
Pat Bev scares me, but the more I watch him play and the more I hear people talk about him, the more I am scared to death of playing. Oh, my goodness. His name literally just left me as I was talking.
Anthony
Edwards. Yes. I'm scared of Cat too, but Anthony Edwards 100% scares the daylights out of me.
Well, one thing we do have going for us is the Timberwolves have not been playing great in their past 10 games. They're 4-6 in their past 10.
Okay.
And the Clippers are on a 5-game winning streak.
I was reading some stats today.
Go ahead.
No, sorry. Go ahead. You got it.
I was going to say, if you look at Pat Bev's history, I love him. He's a dog. He's in Arkansas. He played at Arkansas. He's a Chicago boy, so he's from the streets like Tony. He don't mess around. They play tough defense there. But what just scares me is, look at the year we went to the Western Conference Finals. Russ tore his meniscus that year.
Yep.
On a play that is still to this day, a lot of Thunder fans are still upset about, because they were about to go back to the Western Conference Finals. Because Pat Bev played too hard after the whistle blew, right when the whistle blew, and tore his meniscus. I've seen him. He plays a little dirty here and there. I've seen him step on some ankles intentionally. He's going to go after you. He's going to dive for balls and take your legs out. He's going to probably try to take your legs out from under you. And the thing is, Ja and him this season, as we've all seen, they have Ja wants all the smoke, like Penny.
Yeah.
Ja's not going to back down. And the thing with Pat Bev, he's going to play a little dirty. He's a first-team all-defense guy.
Yeah.
He is the bad man right now on the NBA of the Timberwolves.
Yep.
He is the enforcer at 6'2". That's what worries me. I think we will still win the series, but if you play the Clippers right now, I think you would sweep them. You play the Timberwolves, that's going to be a 6-game series.
It goes way deeper than you want it to, for sure.
And I'm fine with it going deep because that's what, listen, youth. We've been saying this for 13 weeks now. Youth has been the key to the Grizzlies' success this year.
Yep.
Strength in numbers. We've proven if we're too tired to go, if our top 8 guys, because you got to think he's going to shorten the rotation even more now. Everybody does during the playoffs.
Yep.
Kind of like you do in March Madness. You're in college basketball, like the SEC championship tournament basketball. Your rotation that was like 9, 10 guys is now 8, maybe 9 guys. Because right now your bench, you're looking at BC for sure.
Yep.
Kyle Anderson. DeAnthony Melton. Tyus. And Zaire.
I would think, but Zaire's a toss-up.
Right now, you got to think Jitty, Mr. Triple-Double from the season finale.
Yeah.
Jitty's
the
proven all year.
The one bright spot for the season finale.
Jitty has proven all year he deserves a spot. So you're looking at before Jitty and Zaire, you're looking at a 4. You're looking at a 4. That's 9. That's a 9 deep team.
Yeah.
Melton, Tyus, Slow-Mo, BC. And you got Jitty and Zaire. Heck, you got X. X gonna give it to you, Tillman.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about this team. And I'm gonna talk about it in a second. Like, I just love strength and numbers. I think we're gonna go far. But I want the Clippers tonight. Want them.
Yep.
Because right now, and we got some breaking news too about Luka. Luka today broke the news. Calf strain, no timeable return.
Yeah.
I saw on Facebook today in a little NBA group, in an NBA Southwest Division group page, someone snapped a picture of Luka walking into a hospital in a brace.
Ooh.
Like, probably precautionary, but hey, that unfortunately we won't see them until the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
So we're gonna. There's no way we lose round 1.
I'm praying not.
There's no way we drop 4 games. Because here's the thing that I loved about. So Ja played Sunday night. He played Saturday night. He didn't play Sunday. I kind of talked to you a little bit about that. It did hurt his numbers a little because he didn't get to qualify in the top categories because he didn't play in the minimum 70% of the games, which is 58 games this year. He played in 57.
57.
I was hoping they would have said, throwing him out there for 10 minutes maybe. But you look at that, they do that with Luka. And look what happened to Luka. It strained his calf. So you're like, okay, well, maybe that's a good thing we didn't play him. But
and that's why we're not on the coaching staff.
Yes, that's why. But if you just look at it, so if you watch the games on Saturday night, I don't know if you did you?
A little bit, I think.
So you saw the Grizzlies struggled the first quarter.
Yeah.
Because it was Ja's first game back in 2 weeks. And remember, this team has maybe played together 10 games this year. The starting 5. Ja, Bane, DB, Triple J, Aquaman.
Yep.
Maybe 9, 10 games all year.
Yeah, I think they said Saturday night was the 9th game this season they've all played together.
So they were struggling at first. You know what Ja said? Okay, they came off the huddle. He said, guys, play your game. I'm going to fill in. I've seen how y'all play. Let me find my role with y'all. I'm like, this is a 22-year-old guy literally saying everybody on the team knows he's the best player. Everybody knows this is his team. But the fact that you come out there in a game that doesn't matter, but it matters to everybody there. You're trying to get the record, and it's your 9th game playing with everybody, and it's your first game back in 2 weeks. You literally say, guys, play your game. Let me fill in. Let me find my spot. Ja almost dropped a triple-double. he was having he had a chase down block.
Yeah,
He was
which
driving
was
to the basket.
beautiful to see.
Bro, like this is the John Morant we love. Like it's just nice to see. And then Sunday, I hated that we finally got another NBA national televised game.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out. We also made an almost broke another record on Saturday night. 3 points away from breaking the all-time points in a quarter.
Yep.
We had
55 in the third.
points in the third quarter.
They said it was the fourth most in a single quarter since 1958, I think.
So Jaren finished up with 12 points, 9 rebounds. Steven Adams did his thing. 4 points. That's Steven Adams for you, though. But he controlled the glass against Jonas Valanciunas and Jackson Hayes.
Yeah.
John Morant had 21 points, 9 assists, and 4 rebounds. DB had 23 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, and Desmond Bane had 18 points, 4-4 from 3. Somebody at work asked me, what are my thoughts of this season? I kind of sat there and thought for a second, like, what are my actual thoughts of this season? I said, man, this is honestly, it's one of my favorite seasons of the Grizzlies fan. I've been a fan since they came here back in the first 2001, 2002 season.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a fan since then. Pau Gasol was my favorite player growing up for the Grizzlies. Tim Duncan's always my number one favorite player, but Pau was my all-time favorite. He's one of my all-time favorite Grizzlies. He was the first NBA jersey I have. Then he got traded a week later to the Lakers. This is back when Reebok was the sponsor, but
yeah.
So he asked me, what are my thoughts? Thinking, I said, this is the best season the Grizzlies have ever had. Granted, they didn't break the all-time record. The Grizzlies
nope. They tied it.
We tied it, 56.
Yep.
We should have had it though. We lost a couple games here and there. We should have won. But here's the thing I told him. I said, we set all the records. Largest win. John Morant set all these records this year. Jaren Jackson. When was the last time we had a Grizzly lead the NBA? Oh, wait, we haven't had a Grizzly lead the NBA.
Exactly.
We led the NBA in blocks, steals, and rebounds. Never been done before. Also, when can you say we had a legitimate shooter on the team?
Mike Miller?
Mike Miller wasn't that great. I mean, Mike Miller was the GOAT, but was he the best? Was he consistent as Desmond Bane?
Also,
go ahead.
I was going to say, also, speaking of Bane, when was the last time that we had anyone shoot 90% or better over the season from the free throw line?
Never.
Mr. Desmond Bane, 90.4%.
My answer to him was, honestly, I'm so happy for this team, but it doesn't matter unless we're holding up the trophy.
Yep.
In June.
Yep.
We can have some of the look at the Thunder with KD and Russ. Look at what they accomplished. Do you think anybody remembers what they did? No. Look at the Heat years. Look how great they were. Must-see TV every night.
Mm-hmm.
It's a blast from the past. 12 has said it's NBA ring or bust. And honestly, I'm with them.
Oh yeah. If you're going to win a title, it's this year. If not now, then when? With this team, this lineup, this coaching staff, this chemistry, if not now, then when?
I mean, you're not going to have this team probably will not be back next year, unfortunately.
No.
So, to quote a wise man, Jersey, my city on my back, I got her repping me. Heard me. Know I played with M's. Team Morant and the Grizzlies, I'm on my Mitchell and Ness. Money Baggio, Rookie of the Year. A little out of order, folks. Kind of pick the little verses I like. But just, if you can't win this year, when will you win?
Exactly. I'm not sure that we'll ever have a team because, like you said, this team as we know it now, more than likely not coming back next year.
So, the Thunder, how many times did they get to the NBA Finals?
I believe once.
Once in 2011, 12. I'm sorry, 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
They never made it back.
Mm-mm.
They got close, choked it. Then they had like the Pat Bev injury year, the KD injury year, and then you had the fall apart against the Warriors, and KD said, "Hey, I'm gonna go give it a ring."
Exactly. Yeah.
But hey, if you're gonna, I will be happy, honestly, end of the year. But it doesn't matter unless you bring home the trophy this year. I hate to say it because I love the core 4 years.
Yeah.
I watch every game now. I watched every game back in the day, but it's just something about this team is more fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. This is
like I'm more embedded to this team than ever.
Oh, 100%.
This
is by far the.
I was gonna say I wish I could go see a Grizzlies game, a playoff game, but I can't afford that.
Yeah.
The cheapest seat is for people that don't know, the forum does A, B, C, D, E, F, G order. The cheapest seats I have found, folks, are in row S of the nosebleeds for $85 a piece. And you got to think, and then you got to pay the transaction fee of like $40.
Yeah.
So I've gone to a couple games this year. I've set the pinnacle level, been blessed to be able to get those seats.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at those. And I don't mind going to, I have no problem sitting in the nosebleeds. I sat in them in college and when I was younger for like last minute tickets. But I always sit, we were able to get bottom tickets for $80. Like during the core 4 years, we sit like bottom row of the plaza level. Like I don't want to be nosebleeds where I can touch the back wall.
Yeah.
And these are in the corner, which makes it even harder to see.
Yeah. And I've sat there multiple times, so I know exactly.
I don't mind it, but I just don't want to pay. That's ridiculous. $80.
Yeah.
For such high seats in a bad spot.
Yeah.
But also, so I think we're going to make a run. I think we'll be Golden State will be a great series.
Oh yeah.
Next week we're going to kind of break down because the NBA doesn't do their stuff till after the season. We got a long way to who's going to be Coach of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, Most Improved Player, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. We're breaking that next week, but I think it's going to be great on Memphis versus Golden State. If they can get past my MVP, the Joker.
Yeah.
Headband Joker.
Oh.
But
Too soon, man.
We talked a little bit last week. Toronto, Canada has implemented the vaccine.
Yes,
you have to be vaccinated to play in Toronto. So, say Pascal, say Fred VanVleet's not vaccinated, he can't leave Toronto to go play in America, right? That makes sense, people. So if you're vaccinated, if you're not vaccinated, you have to stay in Canada. You cannot leave. If you are not vaccinated, you cannot go into Canada. So the Celtics were worried at all get out. They have two. It's not confirmed, but everyone keeps saying they have two guys who are unvaccinated: Big Al Horford and Mr. Jaylen Brown.
Yep.
So that's two of your stars. You already got a depleted roster going on. And all the cards felt their way. They were the 4 going into last week. They won out. And they got the 2 seed. But they played amazing the second half of the season.
Yeah, they did.
I think they won. I think they only lost 10 games the whole second half of the season. like after January. It was either January or February. They only lost like 10 games. And you're like, a lot of people have them as a dark horse. I've been reading a lot today. We are not in anybody's predictions to go to the NBA Finals. It's Bucks, which I'm like, this is not the Bucks team from last year.
Yeah.
Brooklyn is in nobody's. Philly's not in anybody's. It's either Miami's in a couple, Milwaukee's in some, and the Celtics are in a lot.
Yeah.
The Nets are not in anybody's. I'm like, I'd take Philly in a heartbeat. I mean, not Philly. I would take Brooklyn in a heartbeat.
Brooklyn.
KD and Kyrie, great. You can.
Even without Ben Simmons.
Chicago, they suck. They can't. They started off amazing, and injuries got them.
Yep.
Us, we got to play Golden State if we win the first round. If Golden State wins, great matchup. I love it. So going back into the Toronto thing, Matisse Thybulle broke out today.
Yep.
He pulled an A-Rod. He pulled an Aaron Rodgers. He didn't say he got vaccinated. He just said I didn't get the other shot. So I guess he got the Pfizer shot because the Pfizer one's 2. So I guess he only got the 2 shot. And I'm like,
or Pfizer or Moderna, either one. I'm
just like, dude, okay. You better go run to the pharmacy and go get shot up, man.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a Walgreens or CVS on every corner up there too.
You're the defensive glue guy on that team. Toronto is a lengthy team who everybody they have no 7-footers. I think they have one. They play all their starters about 38 minutes a game. They're not deep. You get Matisse Thybulle, who averages maybe 4 points a game, but he's there for defense. You get him. Get him. If I'm the Phillies GM coach, who's the coach? Doc?
Yeah, Doc Rivers.
Oh, if I'm Doc, I'm driving him to the freaking CVS right now or Walmart to get the shot.
Yep.
It's playoff time. You got the wrong seed for y'all. Granted, you got Harden and you got Harden and Joel, but still.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I spazzed for a second.
No, you're good. You're good. So I'm looking up their roster out of the Raptors. They got our boy Precious. They got Scotty Barnes. Precious 6'8". OG Anunoby 6'9". Scotty or 6'7". Scotty Barnes 6'8". Chris Bouchard 6'9". Malachi Flynn 6'1". Pascal Siakam 6. They have no 7-footers on it. Their tallest guy is 6'9". And that's Kiem Birch and Chris Bouchard. But folks, they have two Memphis guys on their team. Thaddeus Young, baby.
I forgot Thaddeus was up there.
Man, they traded him at the trade deadline. Man,
I forgot about that.
He went to Mitchell, baby. Yeah, he got traded a 2nd-round draft pick to go there. And they got Yuta Watanabe. Oh, I love Yuta. Carved out a great role. But, hey, go get him vaccinated. Seriously. You're going to need him. Granted, Joel will be fine, but they're deep. They're a long, lengthy team. Mm-hmm. And they like to drive to the basket. You're going to need all the help you can. But today is also 4/12 day. You start, Starkey, why don't you give everybody a brief description of what 4/12 is?
So, 4/12. Come out here.
4/12 is Memphis Grizzlies Day.
It is Memphis Grizzlies Day. I was making sure we're talking
for the show.
Sorry. It's been a long day.
I'm sorry. That was me. I worded it wrong. You're good. So it's a great day in Memphis. Starkey told me something before the show. All the local Memphis schools were wearing all their Grizzlies. They encourage everybody to wear their Grizzly swag. If you didn't have any, I think the Grizzlies gave a couple schools some swag bags. Probably some of the Cancun jerseys. that are still in the basements. But, it's funny. Years ago, we were probably the worst team at developing talent.
Yes, 100%.
So that leads me into my next topic. Grizzlies draft posts over the years. I said I was going to get to it. I gotta go through this fast because we have my mock draft.
We do have to get to your mock, which I'm excited for.
It's nothing really to write home about. So it just speaks wonders. Who's the GM is Zachary. It was Jason Wexler. Jason Wexler, and I always forget the Zachary Kleiman. I always forget Zachary Kleiman and Jason Wexler, president and the GM. Sorry, I'm confused. I always forget them. I don't know why. I don't even know. I forget. If I met them in person, I looked them up today. I wouldn't even know. I would never. They look John Doe. They look a regular person. But just speaks fathom of what they've done in the past 3-4 years.
3-4 seasons. Yeah. Relatively quick turnaround.
So my top 10 in Grizzlies draft class, real fast. Okay. I hate to say it, a local Memphis boy, Jarnell Stokes.
Yep.
Jarnell is from Memphis. Played at UT, University of Tennessee. Wanted his career to work out. We ended up trading a late first for him, a future first. I don't have the exact details. We made a big trade for him on draft night. Because that was the year we drafted freaking Andrew Harrison, too.
Yep.
Shoot myself in the head after that one. That was terrible. So Jarnell Stokes, too small to be a center, 6'8", maybe 6'8". Well, didn't have the force and could not shoot 5 feet from the basket. What made mad, we gave up like 3 second-round draft picks to get him, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So the next one is Rade Zagorek. Man, everybody.
Rade.
Do you remember what Rade's number was? This is how it's a random number. It's the OG number. I'll give you a hint. It's on my necklace.
52.
It was 52. Folks, I just want y'all to know he didn't even play a single game with him. We cut him before the season started, back in the 2016. So he was drafted as a stash player, but apparently he dominated overseas. And the Grizzlies were like, let's give him a shot. So we could have had Malcolm Brogdon, who won Rookie of the Year, or Patrick McGall, who's still in the NBA right now. Instead, we said, let's draft Rade. Bust. This is your guy right here, Mr. Wade Baldwin. Honestly,
never have to hear that name again. I'll be happy.
The hype was there.
Yes.
The talent was there. He had ego issues. He did not like coming off the bench. And remember, folks, this is when the core 4 was still there. Mike, TA, Courtney Lee was there too, I believe, at the end of it. I think it was his last season there. Mark and
Mike and Zebo.
And Wade wanted to be he was like, I'm the alpha of this team. And TA, Mark, and Zach were like, what?
Who are you, kid?
And folks, remember, he was 6'4", had he had a 6'11" wingspan.
Yeah.
That's massive. He could play defense, he could shoot, he could do all this. His ego just wouldn't get out of his way. And unfortunately, his NBA career never worked out. So, you know who we could have had? Karis LeVert, the Grizzly killer, Karis LeVert. I think in 3 games last year, he averaged 40 points against the Grizzlies. DeJounte Murray, Malcolm Brogdon, and Patrick McGall again. Okay?
Yep.
Just some big names. Damari Carroll. Really wanted Damari to work out. He had a great career later down the road with the Hawks. Fortunately, he sucked as a Grizzly. If that's just poor Grizzly management, of course, or I don't know, but he sucked as a Grizzly. He only made it a year.
There's 2 words that are coming to my mind that all of these picks, or most of these picks so far, have in common. Christopher Wallace.
Remember, folks, if you were a former Kansas Jayhawk, or you were a former McDonald's All-American, you were making
going to be a Grizzly.
You were a first-round Grizzly. The next one. This one, I believe this coach is still pissed off. This is give you a hint already who it is. Dave Yeager is still pissed off at Jordan Adams being drafted as a Grizzly. I remember on draft night. I'm sitting I was working at the YMCA. I was closing that night. I'm listening to you on the radio. I'm like, holy cow, we got Jordan Adams, dude. He killed it in college. He was what Desmond Bain was. A defensive guy, and he shot the three well. Well, Jordan's issue was Jordan couldn't stay healthy.
Yep.
He only played in 32 career games for the Grizzlies. So the Grizzlies could have had Rodney Hood, who Dave Yeager, who literally almost got a fist fight with Chris Wallace over. Clint Capella, you can't see him, slow-mo, the Joker, and Jordan Clarkson. So that's the top 5. That's part of the top 10. Sorry. So now we're getting into it, folks. At number 5, Tony Roten. Tony
Roten was everyone's favorite player for about a week and a half.
Man. So the issue with Tony Roten is he was one of the, like, back when they started becoming popular, big point guards. You were like, okay. 6'5" guy. He had smooth rhythm. He was a combo guard. He could play the point. The issue with him is he killed it in the G League. And he killed it in the Summer League. Issue with Tony was he couldn't shoot.
No.
At number 4. Sorry, folks. My computer is lagging a little. This one's going to hurt me, folks. A Jarrell Martin. Oh, yeah. Folks, Jarrell Martin was a 6'9" forward from LSU. You know what he did good at? All he was a highlight dunker.
Yep.
And here's the thing. He couldn't even do that in the NBA. So looking at him, we could have had Larry Nance Jr., Kevin Looney, Montrezl Harrell, Pat Connaughton, Josh Richardson as this. So you're like, oh, okay, well. And Jarrell Martin sucked. He couldn't stay healthy. When he did healthy, he was nowhere near the player we thought he was.
No.
My next Grizzly. Okay, start.
Number 3.
This is number 3. Do you have any idea who it is?
I know who your number 1's gonna be.
Well, yeah, he's everybody's number 1.
2 and 3. Oh no, hit me.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a hint. He played at Michigan State.
Okay.
Mr. Deontay Davis.
I forgot about him. Yes.
So, folks, most of you who don't remember, Deontay Davis was a guy who literally had top 10 potential. Top 10 potential. Well,
Deontay Davis was what Jaren was supposed to be.
So, Deontay Davis was nowhere. You just see him coming there. From what I remember reading and hearing people talk about, he had no drive to play. He didn't care if he rode the bench.
Yeah.
And like what's funny is before the draft, everybody is like, oh my gosh, he's a top 10 pick, top 15 minimum pick. He's going lottery no matter what. He fell all the way to 31.
Mm-hmm.
Let me double check what we had to give up to get him. Because we had to make a trade with, of course, freaking Boston. God, I hate the Celtics. They really screwed us over the years. They screwed us with the Jeff Green trade. So we traded I believe, one sec. Sorry, folks, it's lagging. We traded a first-round draft pick for Deontay Davis. And the guy's career average was, one sec, here it is. Deontay Davis' career average in the NBA. He only played 3 years in the NBA. He played in 107 games. He averaged 4 points a game. I saw him play in the G League. He sucked. He's trash. He literally has no motor. Remember, he was supposed to go high in the draft. High.
Yeah.
So we gave him a 3-year, $4 million contract. That was the highest contract given to someone drafted in the second round. So number 2, Starkey, on my draft board. Xavier Henry. Once again, folks, he fits. So like Deontay Davis and Darnell Martin, what were they? Former
McDonald's All-Americans.
Xavier Henry was a former McDonald's All-American, and where'd he go to college?
University of Kansas.
Yep. He sucked. He just couldn't get together. We traded him halfway through his first season. We literally traded him. He just couldn't. He proved that he could not translate the NBA. He was too slow. He couldn't jump shoot, and he wasn't a great finisher at the rim. So we could miss out on Eric Bledsoe, Avery Bradley, Trevor Booker, Lance Will Make You Dance Stevenson, and Hasheem Rightside. And of course, number 1, we all know who we screwed up on when we drafted. Hasheem the Beat. So
sorry, I was blanking on his name or something.
No, you're good. And just look at who we all missed out on. We missed out on James Harden, Tyreek Evans, Ricky Rubio. Haven't had a great career, but guess what? Still in the league. Steph Curry, DeMar, Drew Holiday, Jeff Teague. Yeah.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, when you know that was the Steph Curry draft and he was there for us to
That was the James Harden draft, too. That was DeMar. That was literally everybody besides Ricky Rubio wasn't Tyreek were NBA All-Stars.
Who won that year?
Blake.
Oh, that was Blake's year. Okay.
Yeah, because it went Blake us. Yeah. And remember, we drafted him because they didn't believe in Marc Gasol. So just look at that, folks, and look at where the Grizzlies are now with their development.
Daylight and dark.
So, granted, there are some decisions I question, but, the back of my mind, I'm like, well, one, it can't be worse than Chris Wallace.
Yeah, 100%.
Folks, I remember I told him, I met him one time at a Grizzlies game. I told him, I said, hey, you're Chris Wallace, right? He said, yeah. I was like, can I get a selfie? He said, sure. We got a selfie with him. It's like, hey, man, can I be honest with you? He said, yeah. I said, you suck at the GM. He's like, what? I was like, yeah, man. I was like, CDR just burned you the other night for 20 points. You had a chance to sign him. Why would you not sign CDR? And it's just I questioned all his moves. One thing he did do right was get Beno Udre and Costa Koufos.
Yep.
Dad's favorite player was Costa Koufos. But anyway, folks, it's just night and day how much better the Grizzly organizations are. I have faith. Like I said, I know it's win now for the Grizzlies, but hey, I think we're good. Starkey, I know you looked before the show, before we leave the NBA for tonight. You looked at little mock drafts.
Yes.
I know you said we were guard heavy.
Yes.
Do you have any reason why we're drafting guards when we clearly need forwards and
forwards? Yeah, I have no idea. Hang on, let me find it really fast. So the one mock I looked at had us taking Max Christie, the shooting guard from Michigan State, at 22. and Caleb Love, the combo guard from North Carolina. And I'll use your word like we talked about. There is such a log jam at the 1 and the 2 right now in Memphis that drafting even one guard would make no sense at all. We need a
Unless Kennedy
stretch four,
Chandler's there.
unless your name is Kennedy Chandler 100%. We need, like you've been saying, a stretch 4. And we could always use another backup 5. We need to draft big men.
100%. So leaving the NBA, we're going to jump into college. Starkey, Penny, I guess you could say, as his first recruit. Even though we only get him for 1 year.
He has all of now one player on the roster for next season. 2 if you count Alo.
Alo will be there. Alo's going to die as a Tiger. Mr. Elijah McCaden.
Yes.
McCaden, sorry. From Georgia Southern.
Yep.
So the thing with him is he's a 6th rating. I'm trying to find positives. I can't find any.
But sometimes it's just very, very difficult to do so.
What did we struggle with all year besides, okay, turnovers. You know what he averaged turnovers last year? 3.5.
3 a game.
It's right in.
Yeah, 100%.
And where did Memphis struggle the most at?
Shooting.
Starkey, you told me this before the show. I believe I'm wrong. If I'm right, he's a 23% shooter from 3 last year.
Yes.
And he was shooting a fair amount of threes.
Yeah.
And then you told me his like career average is 68% from the free throw line.
Yep.
Penny.
At this point, I think Penny was just worried about a warm body.
We can't even get the one-arm kid to commit. And we're his only offer. Besides the Harlem Globetrotters. We are on this rant about Memphis basketball is back. I don't know if we're back now. I keep saying, oh, wait, guys, wait, we're going to get some transfers. Until the gosh darn NCAA makes up their mind and punishes us, like you said, the cloud's looming over there. No one's going to come to Memphis. The people that are here now are going to stay. Malcolm ain't go. Malcolm can't go. Who's going to take Malcolm?
He'd have to go to an FCS or D2 school.
Alo would have to go D3 or NAIA.
Nah, Alo's gonna watch. I'm calling it right now. Alo is gonna become a GA at Memphis. I guarantee it.
Just like LeBron's gonna be the first player coach, the second player coach for the Lakers.
Yep, 100%.
We'll talk about that later in the show. I meant to get that earlier, but yeah, we'll get back to it in a second. But Penny. We wouldn't have been in this nonsense. We wouldn't have been in this crap if you would have taken care of business and deleted the records right.
I don't think it would have been at this problem at all had you just sat James Wiseman. It was 3 games. 3 non-conference games.
I was also told it was another player too.
Oh, really?
Number 55. He wore number 50.
Like, text me.
Yeah,
text me off.
I don't know. I don't know if I can release this information, but yes, it was somebody in that recruiting class they paid a lot of money to come to Memphis, and I think we all know who it is. Yes, they paid him a lot of money from what I was told.
Oh wow.
They did some stuff for him to come to Memphis. But no, delete the records. You say you want all the smoke, Penny. This is the smoke we're talking about with the NCAA. And how are you going to rebuild Memphis? You're not going to with this.
Exactly. I mean, there's just no.
LSU's getting people in. And they're going to be worse than us with the death sentence. They're probably going to get the death sentence.
Yeah. It's like I told you off the air. Until this whole IARP NCAA stuff moves on, I think for at least a season, it's going the roster, they're strictly looking at the roster. It is going to be as bad as it was under Tubby.
Season ticket sales were not well. See, the Tubby Smith years weren't that bad. You were average.
But okay, so get it, yeah. So you're right on that aspect for sure.
This year,
But I'm
you're
talking
gonna be
about
below
looking at the
average.
getting in a bunch of JUCO transfer guys that aren't very good and that no one's ever heard of.
I don't even think we beat South Florida with this roster we got right now.
No.
But let's go back to the NBA real fast. So Frank Vogel fired. Shocker, right?
Yeah.
And then LeBron is like all this stuff. LeBron wants Martin Jackson to come be the coach.
I saw that.
If I'm Mark Jackson, no. No.
Why on earth would you leave the gravy job you have at ESPN right now?
With that, and you're not even playing with a good. They don't have anybody. They gave up all their assets. They have no first round draft picks. For Russ, AD, you don't have a bit. Your average age is 30.
Yeah.
No one's going to take Russ's contract. Mark Jackson, I think you were a great guy. You got prematurely fired from Golden State. You built that roster.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, he should
Steve
not have gotten fired.
Steve Kerr is a great coach, but he inherited that roster from Marky Mark. But if I'm a coach right now, I'm not wanting to go to LA just because LeBron's there.
I've seen two names also pop up other than Mark
I saw
Jackson.
Snyder.
I've seen. Yeah. Okay. That
was one of them. I was like reading on ESPN Plus. That was one. Sorry, I didn't know.
I've seen Quinn Snyder, which everything I've read, Utah's not going to let him go.
Well, my thing with there is the whole Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell thing.
That's true.
You're going to blow that up this offseason. One of them's gone, and
that's very true.
I don't know. They're probably going to get rid of Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
I've
seen Nick Nurse.
No, I think he likes Toronto. He has a lot of freedom up there.
Yeah. And I think it's
a
also
great roster with no one being over 6'10".
And that's also one of those things that I saw where Toronto probably wouldn't let him go.
Well, heck,
not that I'm sure he would want to go anyway.
Achiuwa is their starting center, and he's 6'8", 6'9".
And then the crazy one, the dark horse candidate. Keep an eye on Doc Rivers going back to LA.
No, I think he's happy in Philly.
I think he is too. But we know that Doc Rivers has always been about coaching the big teams, big markets in LA, the historic team, the 76ers.
Boston.
Keep an eye, from what I've read, keep an eye on Doc Rivers.
Well, my thing is you have a better roster in Philly.
Oh, 100%.
You have a better younger core in Philly. Who's their GM in Philly?
Let me look.
Look that up for me.
All right.
You have an MVP front runner in Joel Embiid. You got James Harden for at least, I think, another year at least. Why would you want to leave Philly to go for a past prime LeBron, AD who can't stay healthy, and that's your team? There's no way Melo's back next year. I mean, Malik Monk was your starting shooting guard. Malik Monk is trash.
Yeah.
Who was it?
So,
he invented the tanking.
I believe.
No, it's the guy before him that was the tanking guy.
The what?
The guy that invented the tanking thing.
Oh, I'm not sure. Daryl Morey is the GM of the 76ers.
100%. I'm taking Daryl Morey out. I can't think of his name, but yeah, he's a way better GM. He's one of the best GMs out there. I would right now, folks. LeBron is just kind of looking to still win a ring, and he wants to be the player coach.
Yep.
And right now, I would not want that.
I know we're joking about it now, but earlier in the season, this was probably 2 or 3 months ago, and they were talking about firing Frank Vogel before it actually happened. I read that, I don't know if it was Rob Pelinka or one of the like inside Lakers guys actually approached LeBron about being player coach. They were saying it could happen. I
Here's
don't
the
think it
thing.
will, but
He'll do
they were
it.
saying that there was a possibility of it being the case.
He'll do it. NBA, you got wild times ahead of you. Starkey, let's move on to our next segment.
Let's do it.
But before we do that, the Masters.
Yes.
Tiger. Here's the thing.
He got my hopes up.
He did. He proved he still has some juice. What I was most happy with was the fact that he walked. You didn't see his body give out on him. Granted, this was probably one of the worst shootings at the Masters I've seen in a hot minute, score-wise.
Yeah.
I mean, Scotty Scheffler literally was 3 over after day one. Friday, He played like a god.
Like a man possessed.
Man on a mission. He literally had in his mind, I'm going to win. And, the best thing about the Masters is folks, if you haven't looked it up yet, watch the Chris Vernon Show Masters Update. It's the best thing ever. Bubba Watson, the guy I was literally, oh my gosh, folks, put your money on, sucked. Hideki Matsuyama shocked me.
Yeah.
Who was your guy?
I had Tiger and Rahm.
How'd Rahm end up doing?
Let me look.
But how about Wolf? I forgot his first name. I have to look it up. Sorry. I don't follow golf that much as I should.
So John Rahm finished tied for 27th. He finished +4 for the tournament.
Well, yeah, hey, that's better than Tiger. Tiger was, I think, +13. Tiger finished. Here's the thing: Tiger almost made. He made $400,000.
Well, I mean, bless his heart.
But
although I'm saying now that Rahm, not Scotty Scheffler, opens as the favorite to win the PGA Championship.
Really?
Yep, Scheffler is number 1 in the world right now, and they're saying that John Rahm is opening as the favorite. Something to keep an eye on, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we had a Rory, and everyone thought he was 8 under the last day. 8. So Scotty Scheffler was -3, -5, -1, -1. Rory McIlroy was +1, +1, -1, and then Sunday he was -8.
Mm-hmm.
That is phenomenal. Like I was thinking there watching, I was like, dude, Rory may get shot. My guy was Matthew Wolf. I'm sorry. Matthew Wolf. A Wolf. What he did, I don't know if you watched it, he broke his putter.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, the reason why is he decided to putt out of a trap. Don't know why he wouldn't grab the old sand wedge or the old pitching wedge, but got mad and then snapped it over his knee.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't understand really golf. I haven't played it in years, but I'm pretty good at it, I guess. I don't know. It's in my DNA.
That's one thing I hate to admit is I know we're a sports podcast. As a grown man, I've never played a round of golf.
My grandpa, when he passed away at 95, 96, honestly, I feel like up to the last year, he could go out there and play 9 holes. Play 9 holes, probably 18, honestly. It would take him all day, but he could do it. But let's move into golf. It's mock draft time. It's mock draft.
It is.
Starkey,
It is.
We are T-minus almost 2 weeks away from draft day.
Yeah, we are.
We are 16 days away from bum 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 bum.
Hey, I'm here for it. You know how I feel about the NFL draft.
Oh, 100%. But Starkey, where are you going to watch the draft?
Seeing as how I'm down here,
yeah,
probably at home with the wife.
So you're gonna watch it at home, right? I think I'm gonna watch it at home too.
Okay.
I want to make sure my home is properly inspected.
I mean, it makes sense to me.
So
Do you
who's
know,
going
do
to
you know
give
a
a
guy that can do
call?
that?
I do. Who on call? Porch to
Our
patio home
boy,
inspection.
Mitch.
So I was trying to get a little Ghostbuster thing going spur of the moment. But yeah, folks, give my man Mitchell a call. My best friend, been best friends from for 10 years, literally 10 years now. Yeah, I met him in biology or A&P. I thought he was a smart kid. I ended up getting a better grade in the class by like 5 points. Miss Milligan, if you're listening, that A&P award is still mine. I just want to say that. I picked Mitch because he told me he was a homeschool kid. And I was like, oh man, you must be like a genius. And then he asked me, hey, what he kept asking, I think he asked me the first day, what I get for these 2 questions? I was like, oh, hey, love him to death, though. He's my brother from another mother, my best friend. You are too, Starkey. But sorry, I get a little sentimental today on the podcast. He was the best man in my wedding. I was the best man in his wedding. And like reverse the order. But anyway, love you, Mitch. Folks, give him also shout out to Mitch, but no done a shout out all episode. But folks, give him a call. I highly recommend him. I haven't heard one bad complaint. Australia, I know I was listening to Chris Vernon show today. Apparently, the mismatch is now overtaking us as the #1 sports podcast in Australia. So I guess we are number 2, folks. Come on, Australia. Help us get back to #1. We want to get Mitch down there to inspect your homes.
Help us help y'all.
With the koalas. Folks, find him on Facebook. Give him a call. Shoot him an email. I promise you, realtors, you're looking for somebody to partner up with inspecting when you're buying houses before we hit this recession, probably. Sorry. Folks, I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Porch and patio home inspections. Mitch will do a great job. Find you the best deals if anything is wrong with your house. You have my guarantee. BLD. Guarantee. Stamp it. Give him a call, folks. Shoot him an email. Like him on Facebook, too. Starkey, before we get into my mock draft, we had a signing in the NFL.
We did.
We did. Most people don't know this guy. I do. I followed him in college. For y'all who don't know, Mr. Ryan Nall, Starkey, do you know where he went to college? I will literally Venmo you $20 right now if you tell me where he went to college.
I will say
Pac-12. I'll give you a hint.
Utah.
No, Oregon State. He was a Beaver, baby. So,
Still get a Venmo, go like cash.
did you get the question right?
I got the conference right.
I told you the conference. So anyway, folks, Mr. Ryan Nall, for the culture. He's 6'2", 239 pounds. Running back. He ran a 4.5 40. He spent his entire career with the Bears. Anyway, we signed him over the offseason. Career averages, he's got 12 rushing yards, 67 receiving yards, 35 return yards, 1 touchdown, 6 tackles. Just saying, hey, when Zeke starts sucking again as a Cowboy fan, which he probably will, and we decide not to put Tony Pollard, when Tony Pollard starts sucking, we got the third stringer, Ryan Nolan, baby.
There you go.
I'm going to have to, whenever he gets his jersey number, if we don't draft Traylon Burks, I think, I actually know he did. He's number 35. I may have to buy a 35 jersey. Anyway, folks, I guess it's my time.
It is. We've been waiting all episode long for this.
You've been waiting more than anybody. So, I kept going back and forth in my mock draft. A lot of my picks. And I'm changing it right now, folks. With the first pick in the 2020.
Okay, so wait up. You have to tell us, like I did last week.
Oh, yeah, why?
I picked that player.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
With the first pick in the 2022 NFL draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Offensive line, Evan Neal. Ah!
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going out of the ordinary this week, folks. I love it.
Okay.
The reason why is you can see we've said it over and over again in the 13 weeks we done the show. This draft is deep in defensive ends.
Yes.
I wanted to go with, I almost went with Aiden Hutchinson, which is like a lot of people have him as number one. Trayvon Walker is up there. My boy Icky. How do you pronounce his last name, Starkey? Ikine?
Hang on.
Ikiwana. I'm
Yeah.
probably mispronounced it, but I'm sorry, Iki, if you're listening. Which you're Ikim, sorry, if you're probably not though, but that's okay. I won't hold it against you. But I think you gotta draft your offensive line. You have a chance to get one of the best offensive linemen in the draft,
Mhm.
and it's proven. What was Joe Burrow's downfall his first 2 years in the league?
No protection.
No protection. You can draft pass rushers in this draft all day long. Or this is deep. It's deep. 100%. Lock up your offense. Lock up your left. Listen, you got your running back of the future with Jackson Robinson, not Travis Etienne. I think they'll probably move him to receiver, but neither here nor there. You got Christian Kirk, who I think is overpaid. Evan Ingram's there, who sucks.
Definitely not
Evan Ingram's there, isn't he?
Do
Yeah,
I?
he's there. Evan Ingram's in Jacksonville, right?
Yeah. They
Yeah,
also got my boy. They also got my boy, Mr. Laquan Treadwell.
Oh, I still have his autograph, but neither here nor there. And you got Trevor Lawrence, Prince Charming from Shrek 2. Lock it up.
Remember the Titans.
Lock him up at. Lock your offensive lineup. Rookie contracts, 4 or 5 years. You're good. At number 2, I can just hear the Diddy song. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. Aiden Hutchinson.
Could you imagine how absolutely berserk the Lions fans would be if Hutchinson stayed in Michigan?
I think Mitch would. I only know one Lions fan. That's Mitch. I can tell you right now, he'd go berserk. Literally, this guy is going a lot of top ones. He's a number 1 draft pick in a lot of mock drafts. I have him at 2 just because positional needs. You have your quarterback. You need to lock up your offensive line. That's why I have him at 2. And right now, they have their offensive line locked up. They got Penei Sewell.
Yep.
Who could have been the number 1 draft pick his year there.
Yeah.
Could have been a Bengal that year, but instead, hey, Jamar Chase, I was wrong on that. I guess it worked. It's worked out for both of them. A lot of people have Malik Willis. I don't like Malik Willis there. I think Malik's I have him later in my draft. This guy, the Georgia guy who's still shocking me, rising up draft boards, Trayvon Walker. He can play the nose, the 3, and defensive end.
Yep.
He's just bursting with so much upside. And if you're the Texans, you're in rebuild mode. Honestly,
100%.
I almost had them taking Akeem here, but I said with Trayvon Walker, all his hype, he's going to go top. He's going to be a top 5 pick regardless. I think take him here. A guy who probably many Jets fan did not see being here. If I would have told you were a Jets fan and Kayvon Thibodeau was going to be available for you at 4 to start the season, you would tell me you're stupid. The guy that everyone had deemed probably the number 1, number 2 pick, because everyone had Spencer Rattler as number 1.
Yep.
And Kayvon was up there too. 1, 2, him, those 2.
The crazy thing is, if Thibodeau goes to the Jets, he won't even have to change colors.
No. Well, different. Yes. Well, kind of, because they're.
Yes or no?
Oregon really doesn't have a color. They just have green and yellow. And then he goes from a cool green to an ugly green colors. 5. I have the New York Jets drafting offensive line, Akeem Ikiwana. I almost had him drafting Sauce. It's too much Sauce Gardner, but I said, let's keep it simple.
Okay.
Protect Daniel Jones. If you're going to give him a shot, help him.
Yeah.
Help him a little. If you're going to believe in Saquon one more year, help him a little. They drafted an offensive lineman. Was it last year they drafted? Who did they draft last year? They drafted a guy last year.
Let me see.
1 sec. Sorry, folks. I should have been more prepared for this part. I do think that they're still going to be far away from where they will be.
They drafted Kadarius Toney last year.
No, it was 2020. I'm sorry.
Oh.
In 2020, they drafted. I have it here. It is Andrew Thomas.
Yes.
Okay. This is your true left tackle right here with Akeem, who you said before the show was, a lot of people said, one of the safest picks in the draft.
Yes.
Okay. At number 6, this is when things get interesting.
All right.
I have
Carolina Panthers.
The Carolina Panthers. The Sam Darnold experiment is over. My boy Malik Willis is being drafted to be the Panthers.
Okay.
You're gonna have some great RPOs.
I think we actually agreed on that pick.
We did, because you picked him too. I mean, I don't think you come out of the gate starting him, develop him. Matt Rule is a good coach. Is he great? But I think you go there, let him ride the bench for half the year maybe, and then throw him out there. I think he'll be in good hands. Because look at that. You got Christian McCaffrey, Robbie Anderson, Terrence Marshall Jr., who actually shown promise. I still believe in him, and DJ Moore. And you got Rashard Higgins.
Not bad weapons overall.
You go there, offensive line, working on rebuilding your offensive line, you'll be good. You'll be good. I think that's a great matchup there for Malik Willis. At number 7, I have the New York Giants again. These New York teams have a lot of draft picks. Jermaine Johnson, last chance you.
Okay.
I think you work on the defense side now. Get your pass rusher that you need. So remember, he went to Independence Community College, went to Georgia, didn't do nothing there, and then blew up this year at FSU.
Yep.
I think he's a great pass rusher. You lock him up. You lock him up. Get your pass rusher. Because remember, the NFC East, you need some D-line help in this league.
100%.
I actually have a shocking pick you're not going to agree with, probably.
To Atlanta?
To Atlanta. Oh, by the way, folks, he had 11 and a half sacks in 1 year. Jermaine Johnson. Just saying. I have Mr. Kenny Pickett going super early.
Wow.
Yeah, from what I've been reading, Atlanta, I think they're going to go quarterback. Here's the thing. Marcus had all the tools coming out of college. He's turnover prone. He can't throw in the pocket. And he's injury prone. I think he's a good gap quarterback. I think Kenny Pickett is their man. And plus,
it was what a lot of people view him as anyway.
And he would work wonders there. It's a dome.
Yeah.
You play in the East. Besides Carolina, it rarely rains in Florida. New Orleans plays in a dome. You play in a dome in Atlanta, and then Charlotte. You only got to play there once.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. You're good there. And you just got to draft some skilled players around him. But 100%, I think they will draft Kenny Pickett here.
Okay.
So, yeah, a little shocking there. Number 9, Charles Cross. Offensive.
That's a good pick.
Seattle just needs help everywhere, really.
Yeah.
I almost had a flip flop here, but I went with my gut. It's offensive line is never the sexy pick. They need help. Listen, if you're gonna keep a quarterback there, what was Russell Wilson's downfall in Seattle towards the end of his career?
No protection.
No protection. Charles Cross is a big behemoth.
Yeah. He's a big dude.
Yes, from Fail State. I think it's a safe pick there. It's a lot.
Good old Starkey Bowl.
Number 10. Too much sauce.
Okay.
Sauce Gardner. Honestly,
there's
Ahmad
one player I'm shocked you haven't said yet.
My wife. Well, I have him sliding just because of positional needs. I had him either going 9. I almost had him going 7. So there are 3 spots I think he'll end up either a Giant at 7, either at 9 to the Seahawks, or he'll end up here. 10 will be the farthest he slides. My wife asked me before the show, is his real name Sauce? No, he just drips too much because he's covered in sauce.
Fun fact, Sauce Gardner never allowed a touchdown as the primary defender.
Well, I hate to tell you, like Trevor Lawrence's stat of never losing a game as a quarterback, that's going to come in probably week 1.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
My next pick, Kyle Hamilton.
There he is.
There's no way. And here's the thing with Kyle Hamilton, I kept going back and forth. I did like 10 of these, a binder full of these. It's just positional needs, like kind of like no one in the first 10 really needs a safety. I almost went wide receiver here, but I'm like, Kyle Hamilton, a guy who literally every GM's like, oh my gosh, I want him at 1. There's nobody in this NFL draft I'd be mad if they ended up with Kyle Hamilton. It's just kind of positional needs is why he fell. And right now, the NFC East with the defense they have in Washington, I think he's going to be a great fit there. Day 1 starter. And I think, honestly, he will be Defensive Player of the Year or Rookie Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I can see that.
Next, we have a faller. Started off the season as the number 1 quarterback, Derek Stingley Jr. I think he goes to Minnesota and tries to help rebuild a defense that was once a great defense.
Yeah. They used to have a good youth.
Minnesota, there's no they can score points all day. They can't stop anybody. That's their problem now. But I think that's a great fit there. Perfect fit. I haven't seen anywhere anybody's mock drafts him going higher. The next one, the combine star, Jordan Davis.
Yep.
So with the 3rd pick, I had them taking Trayvon Walker. I have them going defensive line again. Build the defense.
Roommates as well, or teammates as well.
Teammates, roommates. I think Jordan Davis, I think he's be a great fit there.
Yeah.
Okay, look at me. Colts, what do? They run the ball. All day long, they run the ball. Tennessee, what do? They run the ball. Jacksonville has a terrible offensive line. Build your D-line with these 2 guys. Holy cow, Houston. We have a problem.
They wouldn't if they had those 2 guys.
Oh, no, it'd be like the J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney matchup that was supposed to be one of the best lineups of all time.
Yeah.
So with my next pick, I have so I think that'd be great. If that, I don't think that will happen, but in my world, you're playing. Just go back. You asked for a reason why you're playing. It's 2 of the top running teams in NFL.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
If you can lock down, listen. If you run Houston runs, I believe a 3-4. Trayvon Waller can be your end, and Jordan Davis, gosh darn, all 500 pounds of him is your nose guard. Trent McDuffie, I have him going to Baltimore.
Okay.
They need all the help they can get on defense, especially in that division.
Yep.
You got Amari Cooper coming, and you got to slow down Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
And if you make the playoffs, look at who you're going to be playing in the AFC. Devontae Adams, probably. Russell Wilson. Tyreek Hill. He won't get, even though he won't get the ball thrown to him in Miami because Tua will underthrow him, but yeah, neither here nor there. I have actually my first wide receiver coming off the board.
Okay.
I have a Drake London going to the Philadelphia Eagles. If you're going to there, so Philly traded away 2 of their first round draft picks. Basically, they're saying, we believe in you, Jalen. We're not going to draft a quarterback this year, which 100% agree with. Lock up a wide receiver. Drake London, 6'4", 220, 215-ish. Big body wide receiver. Him and Devontae Smith would be a great pairing. I think Devontae Smith's going to take it to the next level this year, but get another weapon for him. Seriously, get him weapons.
Yep.
At 16. So there's a reason why the Saints made a trade for 2 firsts.
Okay.
Usually that means you're going to, how you say, draft a quarterback, right?
Yep.
I think we have our 3rd quarterback coming off the board. The more I've watched it, I watched some film this weekend of quarterbacks. Sunday night when I couldn't sleep. He's actually played against Memphis a couple of years. Desmond Ridder. A lot of people love him.
Okay.
I know you probably thought I was going to say Mr. Matt Corral.
I still have a hunch he ends up in New Orleans, but that's neither here nor there.
From what I've seen of Ridder, I love it. I love Ridder. I want to ride with Desmond Ridder. Probably the most unanimous selection here. Oh, he's got all the tools. Sorry, before I go, he got all the tools. Jameis is not the answer. Granted, I think the Saints will go wide receiver later in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
It's my guy in a second, but 100% they're going to draft a wide receiver. But draft a quarterback, develop him. Desmond Ridder's got all the arm strength. He just played in a weaker conference. I mean, he did great things in Cincinnati. He can make all the throws. He's a winner. He can stay in the pocket. He can read a defense. I think he's going to be a good selection here. And plus, it hurts me to pick Matt Corral. I hate picking Ole Miss people. At number 17, he's pretty much a unanimous selection, I think, in my draft and your draft. Trevor Penning.
Yep.
Lock up your offensive line because you're going to be facing a terrible, terrible pass rush this year.
Mm-hmm.
And the AFC. 18, Mr. George Karlaftis, Philly.
Okay.
They have no defense or pass rush, honestly. They've drafted Bust Barnett. Fletcher Cox is a shell of himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to get a pass rush. Honestly, the Cowboys somehow are still probably the favorite to win the division. I don't know why we suck now, but best way to get, you're going to have to get to Dak.
Yeah.
And you're going to need a pass rush. And I think Karlaftis has proven he was going to, granted his stats aren't there, but you watch him, you're like, okay, this guy probably should be going higher in the draft. Did we just get steal? So to the New Orleans Saints at 19. Jameson Williams, Alabama.
Yep.
Roll Tide, Rammer Jammer.
Because like we said last week, whenever you draft a quarterback, what's the very next thing you do?
You got to go wide receiver, offensive line, and we're going wide receiver.
Demand some help.
So I do have your Pittsburgh Steelers. So brief snaps of him. Speedster. Killed it at Bama. 4 injuries got to him. Who you going to throw the ball to? And you got to give Desmond Ridder, or if you started Jameis, who's going to throw the ball to the other team. You got Taysom Hill maybe, but no.
Yeah.
You got Michael Thomas. That's really all you got. And Alvin Kamara. You got what is his name? Little Jordan Humphrey. yeah, New Orleans, you need wide receiver help. Well, lock him up, get a wide receiver, help your boy. Right now on their roster for the Saints, they have Marquez Callaway. He was a sleeper for me on fantasy. It sucked. Michael Thomas, NFL bust Kevin White. Oh
Yep.
no, they haven't re-signed Little Jordan yet. Oh no, get Little Jordan back. Sorry, folks. Yeah, so get some help for Desmond Ridder at quarterback. Number 20, Mr. Matt Corral. I told my boss a couple weeks ago, Matt Corral, if he's smart, he's praying to go to Pittsburgh. Best weapon. You got better weapons there. You got who's the I can't think of his name right now. Who's their big wide receiver there? My mind went blank.
Juju?
Chase Claypool. You got Chase Claypool. You got what's his name? Najee Harris.
Yep.
And the best thing there is you got an offensive line that can help you.
And you also have who I believe will be a future Hall of Fame head coach in Mike Tomlin.
Oh, 100%. The quarterback, like, listen, he helped Big Ben. Granted, they didn't win a Super Bowl, but and you got Anthony Miller. We don't give Anthony Miller his credit. Credit is due. But you go there, you got a better offensive line there. You got better wide receivers, and you got a guy I like as tight end is Pat Freiermuth, a Pittsburgh tight end. I think he's gonna be good. So I think your Pittsburgh, you got your quarterback right there. Develop him. You don't even have to let him start. All right. First off, folks, RIP to Dwayne Haskins.
Yes, absolutely.
RIP. So right now you're there. You got Mason Randolph, Mitchell Trubisky as your quarterbacks. Now with the passing of Dwayne Haskins, so you probably need another quarterback, and you can't let Matt Corral slide anymore. So I have New England drafting. Sorry, folks. Wow. I just went dark. I have them drafting Jalen Petrie, from Baylor.
Okay.
CJ Jackson. You could have gone corner here, but hey, you need help in the secondary. You don't need some help covering Tyreek Hill. And I think you don't let this slide. He's a lockdown safety. He's got great speed. He's a hard hitter too. So lock it down. At number 22, Green Bay Packers. I have
Here is the pick I'm interested in hearing.
Garrett Wilson.
Okay.
Wide receiver, first time since 2002 they drafted a wide receiver in the first round. And it works for him. Guy's a speedster. Can run almost any route in there.
Yep.
I think him and Rodgers have a great combo. Who do you think I was going to say?
Oh, I just didn't know if you were going to go receiver or not. I figured him or Chris Olave.
Well, we'll get into that in a second, sir. So, right now, you have the Phoenix, the Arizona Cardinals. Sorry, I don't know why I said Phoenix, but yeah, the Arizona Cardinals will fly. And then I kept going back and forth of needs. One thing I kind of noticed is they struggled to run the ball in some games, and their pass blocking was bad.
Mm-hmm.
This hurts me because I told my wife and I told somebody else until they got Marty at work. I want Dallas to draft one of two guys, Traylon Burks or Tyler Lindenbaum.
Yep.
I have the Arizona Cardinals securing that offensive line to help keep Kyler happy and keep Kyler up healthy. Because we saw that he sucked. Once he got hurt, he sucked. He was a shell of himself.
Yep.
Once he came back. Remember, Kyler started off MVP first 8 weeks.
Yes, 100%. MVP of the league.
He is your face of the franchise. He's got what it takes to lead a team to the Super Bowl. I don't think he ever fully healed from his injury, honestly. And what have we said earlier? Protect your biggest asset.
Mm-hmm.
Lock down the center position. You got a good offensive line. Make it better. Protect your best asset. I have the Arizona Cardinals drafting my guy who I wanted to be a Cowboy, Tyler Lindenbaum. The only flaw with him, this guy's a dog in the trenches. Probably one of the best center prospects since Travis Frederick. Only flaw with him, short arm, short wingspan. Only flaw with him. Guy is a dog. So that leaves Dallas 24. Woo pig. It's gonna happen, folks. And if it does happen, if the good Lord blesses me, I will buy a Traylon Burks jersey that night. I have Dallas drafting Traylon Burks at number 24. Granted, do we need a wide receiver in the first round? No, but you cannot let a talent like that slide. There's no way. .6'4", 230 pounds. Yes, his 40 time was slow. Watch his game speed.
He plays way faster than his 40 time.
His hands are the same size as Shaq's. So I think, did I tell you this? I think I may have said in the show. When he got to Arkansas, he was his true freshman. He started as a true freshman, didn't have a touchdown because Chad Morris years we sucked. We went through like 8 starting quarterbacks that year. I can name Ben Hicks, Nick Starkel, John David Stephen Jones, Connor Nolan, who now is the pitcher for Arkansas baseball, and some Philip Lindsay, who was the holder, a career holder. Yeah, that's why he didn't get a touchdown. But anyway, when he got to Arkansas, they had him on punt return and kick return. They had to teach him how to catch the punt and the kick returns with 2 hands. He was just back there mossing them with 1 hand. Impressive. And he didn't drop one.
That's wild. I did not know that.
Yes, fun fact for you. But yes, Traylon Burks will be a Dallas Cowboy. I hope so. It's either be him or Tyler Lindenbaum. Sorry. I don't know why I say London, but Tyler Lindenbaum. Either one of those picks, I'm happy. After that, Dallas, I don't know who we're going to get. We're screwed. Next pick. Another unanimous pick, I think, for everybody. I've seen mock drafts, even reading, watching, and listening to you last week. I believe you chose Andrew Booth Jr. Great cornerback from Clemson. Lockdown speed, bigger corner. You're going to think you need all the help you can get in the AFC now.
Yes.
You need all the help you can get in the AFC. With all the wide receiver talent and quarterback talent they have, you need all the gosh darn help you can get. So next we have the Tennessee Titans. I actually have them going Boye Mafi.
Okay.
Big guy from Minnesota. Not the really stat guy, but hey, he's a run stuffer. He's 6'4", 265. He ran a 4. I'm sorry, he's pretty fast. He's defensive end. I'm sorry. He averaged his last year. He had 8 sacks his last year. Pretty good. And you're gonna need all the help you can get in the AFC South.
Yeah.
Lock down some edge rushing. Tampa Bay don't really know how much help they really need.
At this point, I feel like they're just drafting the best player, bro.
You know, I don't think they did. I don't think Sue has still not been re-signed. So you got to fill a gap with Sue.
Mhm.
And I think they fill that gap with a Mr. Devontae Wyatt. 6'3",
Good pick.
315 pounds. Folks, this is the fourth. I believe it is my fourth Georgia defensive end to go in the first round, or defensive lineman going in the first round. No, I'm sorry, it's third. I had Trevon. Yeah, it's third. Sorry. So yeah, you got to fill a gap. Sue's leaving. Sue's a shell of himself, what he used to be when he was Detroit, but still, find a run stopper, wreak some havoc. Still, the next pick, Chris Olave. We're going OHIO Buckeyes to the Packers. The chemistry's there. They burned the Big Ten the past 2 years. Let's burn the AFC North or NFC North. I'm sorry. Let's burn it to the ground.
Double receiver.
Yes, double it. Burn it. Ohio State. I hate them. I don't know why I hate the Buckeyes, but I do. I think I told my dad one time I want to be an Ohio State Buckeye. Oh, yeah. I was watching the national championship game. Somehow I remember this. I was like little when I was watching them play in Miami. I tell my dad I want to be a Buckeye when I get older. He told me he'll disown me.
He said, no, you won't.
I was like 5 or 6. So my next pick to Kansas City, little shocker. I have them going wide receiver back to back. Nah, I'm just messing with you. I have them taking Bryce Hall.
Okay, I was
Ohio
like,
State. Unfortunately, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is not working out. He had a great year one. I think with Bryce Hall there, or Breece Hall, move on. I actually have them taking a shocking first round guy. A Mr. David Bell, Purdue.
okay.
He's great. He's honestly, from a lot of people said, he's one of the best route runners in the NFL or this upcoming draft. He's 6'2", 205 pounds. Yes, the one issue is his 40 time was slow. But I'm telling you, man, he's a big body. He plays bigger. He plays faster like Traylon Burks. I think he sneaks into the first round.
So that's 2 Purdue guys you have going in the first.
I think that's the first time.
Yeah.
My next pick. I almost went. See that one? I'm going to get a lot of criticized for that one, but So that's 30. At 31, I have a sleeper. I have Nakobe Dean.
I was wondering. I noticed you hadn't said his name yet.
Granted, the Bengals need cornerback help. They need it badly. I just don't think you can allow Nakobe Dean to get past you. So let me pull up the roster real fast just to double check, just to kind of read off who they got. If you can name me somebody right now who's got more upside than him, yes, he's 5'10", maybe 5'11". The guy literally was the MVP defensive, honestly, in my opinion, the defensive player in the SEC this year. You got Marcus Bailey, Keandre Jones, Jermaine Pratt, Logan Wilson, Joey Bessie, Marcus Bailey. Oh, I already said him. Sorry. Akeem Davis Gardner and Clay Johnston. Those are your linebackers.
Instant upgrade with Nakobe.
100%.
Instant upgrade.
And then we're going to end it with Detroit. I have the Detroit Lions taking a quarterback. Sam Howell. I like Sam. I think Sam's got all the talent. He's got, listen, he reminds me of a Brett Favre.
Okay.
He can make the throws. People forget he lost all his top talent the year before. Last year, he had to replace half his team. He lost his top 2 running backs and his top 2 wide receivers, and his O-line sucked. So look at his stats. He had 3,000 yards for 24 9 touchdowns, and he had 11 rushing touchdowns because he was running for his life this year. So look at who he lost. He lost Michael Carter, Javonte Williams, running back. He lost Dynami Brown, who was a 3rd-round pick. He lost Daz Newsome, 6th-round pick. And he had Josh Downs still. But look at that. He lost his top 2 running backs and his top 2 wide receivers. And he lost a lot of offensive linemen. The guy is a playmaker. Mac Jones doesn't develop losers. Mac Brown.
I was like, wait, what?
Well, I'm sorry. I was Matt Jones got inducted to the Arkansas Razorbacks Sports Hall of Fame over the weekend. But, just looking at that, sorry, Mac Brown develops winners. The guy can make the throws. He didn't have the talent this year. You can only develop so much.
Yeah.
He showed he can run. He can do everything. Sorry, my phone is blowing up. My cousin just gave birth.
Oh, shout out to your cousin.
Yeah, shout out to Anna. Way to make it through childbirth.
Congratulations.
He had a little baby boy. He came out at 8 pounds 4 ounces. Shout out Anna.
Mom and baby doing good.
Welcome, little Croker. But yeah, I think you have to draft a quarterback in this draft. I mean, you can wait till next year. Yeah, you could build some more defense, or honestly, you could go just Doc Dotson from Penn State. You can honestly go Jahan Dotson from Penn State there and say, hey, Jared, this is your year. Either you're going to make it NFL or you're not.
Yeah.
You have a tight end. You have 2 running backs, DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams. And we're giving you Jahan Dotson. And who are the Detroit wide receivers? It's not Calvin. I know that.
I want to say one Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And it's Amon-Ra St. Brown's all they got. And they got DJ Shark. And he hasn't really done anything. Yes, but if they draft Jahan Dotson there, you're literally telling Jared Goff, hey, this is your last year.
Yeah.
It's make it or break it. But I think they go Sam Howell.
So was that 5 quarterbacks or 4?
It was Sam Howell, Desmond Ridder, Malik. That was 5. Yeah, Matt Corral. I almost want to go Carson Strong there, but decided not to. Starkey.
Carson Strong would be he'll be like one of those low end starter types.
So I do have a breaking news today from Arkansas. Most of y'all don't know Trey Wade. We talked a little about him during March Madness, how he single-handedly beat down Gonzaga with his 15 points. Trey Wade got an invite today to go try out for NFL teams today. He's 6'6", 220 pounds to be a tight end. He's got some speed, and he's very strong. I watched him play this year. I mean, he manned up against Chet. He put Chet Holmgren in place. So, yeah, he's got it. But, yeah, so he had a combine, a little mini combine workout to try out for NFL teams today. So, shout out to that. Also, folks, I think another sleeper guy people are sleeping on is Cole Kelly. Why are you laughing?
No reason.
Huh?
No reason.
Go ahead and say it.
Just not the guy I would have picked, or I would have thought you would have picked.
Why?
I don't know. I know he was all right at Arkansas, but I mean, he couldn't even really beat out KJ. I mean, I know KJ's legit, but
No, he left before that.
oh,
Yeah, he left Chad Morris there.
okay.
Yeah, it was terrible. He left the year before KJ was there. I'm sorry,
Gotcha.
KJ was the starter that year. Not Connor Nolan, I'm sorry. So yeah, we did have 5 that year, but it was terrible. But yes, Cole Kelly. He is 6'7", 260 pounds. Or 249, I'm sorry. Guy is a stud. They said he's probably got one of the best deep balls in the draft, along with Sam Howell. They said Sam Howell's got the best deep ball in the draft. They said Desmond Ritter's got the most zip. Work on accuracy a little. But I think Sam Howell and I think Cole Kelly will be a sleeper. One thing that popped in my head is kind of want to say real fast. You remember a guy, I said him earlier, a couple minutes ago, Matt Jones.
Yep.
You remember what position Matt Jones played in college?
You said Matt Jones?
Matt Jones. He played at Arkansas.
He was a
During
running
the
back. Wasn't
old Houston Nut era.
he? He was a running back, wasn't he?
Nope, he was a quarterback.
For some reason, I thought he was a running back.
Well, no, he was a quarterback. So he got drafted. He was 6'6", 222 pounds. He was not that accurate as a quarterback. Was not accurate, but he was a great runner, and he could make the throws when it mattered the most. However, he got drafted. He ran a 4.37 40, and the Jacksonville Jaguars took him in the first round back in 2005.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he had a really good. He started off great in the NFL. First couple of years, he averaged 432 yards, 643, 317, 761. His issue with him was he couldn't stay from the old cocaine. Sorry, just wanted to say that.
That'll do it.
Yeah, cocaine. White lightning. But Starkey, let's go ahead and end the show. But before we end the show, let's get into the hot topic. P, I think we're going to get very judged for our...
Yeah, 100%. I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't care. If you know me, you know my taste in music is very eclectic. So
I'm going to let you know. I know earlier I told you one song, one group, but I'm going to change it to another song, another group. I'm sorry.
So way to leave me hanging.
Well, so I can't really say it because it is a boy band.
Okay.
The one band I wish would come back together is Big Time Rush.
Then I've got some good news for you.
Well, the reason why is so they came out my sophomore year of high school. And we had a lot of kids in my church house, and I'm like, oh, they're really not that bad. A little upbeat. So before every football game, I would listen to them back in the day. And I was like one of the enforcers on the team. Because it would just calm me down, slow the thing down. It just made me feel better. I think one time I had a bad breakup and I played a song till I forget. It was Still I Forget About You and had the game of my life. I literally played that all during my pregame warm up out in the field, and I was like, man, I was in the zone. I was playing like Ray. I was 52 in there. I mean, I was like Ray Lewis out there just making sacks, knocking people out. Man, yeah. Yes, I 100% wish Big Time Rush would get back together.
Like I said,
the show was great. They are doing some performances now. It's just a reunion tour. That's all. It's not after they're not making a new album. It's just a reunion tour.
Yeah.
So what you can say, oh, they're back together. They're not. It's just a reunion tour because they need a little money. Kendall, Logan, James, and Carlos, who's married to the Spy Kids girl. Underrated, and I think it's going to overtake yours. So, did you know One Direction was the opener for Big Time Rush on their when they were at when their show was out?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know One Direction would open for them?
I think I knew that once upon a time.
Because I think my wife said some of her college friends would go to the Big Time Rush concerts just to see One Direction. This is before they took off. Okay, Starkey, who is your band?
So the one group that I wish would get back together is the aforementioned One Direction.
Oh, the Big Time Rush Killers.
When I was in college, I think it was the summer after I graduated before my first semester of college. It was the summer of the summer of 2012, whenever that was, is when One Direction really came onto the scene in America. From their first hit on, I was a huge Direction. Had all the albums, loved every bit of it. When Zayn left, I think I may have gone in the morning a little bit that day. I think I remember where I was when Zayn announced he was leaving. I think I was sitting in class in college and I saw it on Facebook or something.
My wife, I asked her, told us before this. So I was like, I think I'm gonna pick One Direction. She's like, yeah. I was like, I had to double check. I was like, Zayn left first, right? She said, yeah. She goes, I was at IHOP when the news broke.
Yep. So if you're a Direction, and that's one of those things that you remember where you were, it was that big of a deal at the time. You know where you were when Zayn announced he was leaving. Ryan Scott, if you're listening, long live, take no Zayn. That's all I'm saying.
You can make the argument Louis was the heart and soul of the band.
Oh, 100%.
See, I kind of got big on them after the whole James Corden carpool karaoke. That's kind of like when I was like,
that was a great one.
I was like, these guys are actually pretty funny.
Yeah, they are.
So I think, Sarky, I love it. I think we will get judged.
Oh, 100%.
Two boy bands over all the rock bands in the world and the rap groups. But is what it is. Next week we have a great show. We're gonna be doing a little bit more not about bracketology. Sorry, still on my mind, folks. Gosh, we're gonna do a little bit more NBA playoffs. Grizzlies are playing Saturday.
Yep,
2 p.m. if you can afford to go. If not, you're welcome to come to my house and we're watching.
I was like, if you can afford to go, you're better off than us.
Yes. You can come watch it on my TV. I got a sound bar, whole 9 yards. You're more than welcome to. I'll get my wife to make a lovely bacon or what is it? Some type of chicken dip.
Oh, the buffalo.
Yeah, buffalo dip. Ranch. Yeah, the buffalo chicken dip. Yeah, I'll get her to make some and get some cheese curds going in the air fryer. But yeah, we got that, and we're gonna do a little bit more NBA. Get you up ready for the Grizzlies draft, and oh yes, baseball.
It is baseball season.
Oh. I forgot. We also got a big race this weekend for NASCAR.
We do.
The Bristol Dirt Race.
It is the Bristol Dirt Race.
Let's go. I'm going all out for Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
I'm hoping this is the week that Chase goes back to victory lane. He hasn't yet this season.
Let's hope it's better than last year. Last year was not good for the dirt track to start off.
No, but I will say this. If there's anyone who knows their way around a dirt track, he's my pick to win it this year.
Oh, mine's Stenhouse, baby. Stenhouse is up the dirt tracks all the time in Memphis.
Kyle Larson.
Yeah, I hate Kyle Larson.
Mr. Dirt Track.
I feel like Kyle Larson's like the new Jimmy Johnson. All he does is win, 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 win.
I mean, he's the reigning champ.
Next week, I think we're going to talk a little. He is golf. I don't know what's going on in golf. We got baseball coming up too. How are the Cubs doing? By the way, I don't really keep up with the Cubs.
3-1. Won today, beat the Pittsburgh Pirates. Seiya Suzuki, real quick. The $85 million man from Japan. You are looking at the National League Rookie of the Year. The new right fielder for the Chicago Cubs.
The Yankees are sucking to start off the season. We're 2-2.
Yeah, Chicago's 3-1. Only because one of our games got rained out.
You know, I'm thinking of changing my MLB team, but that's, I guess, next podcast. I think I may ride or die with the Cincinnati Reds, and I really don't know why. I think I just like the colors. I don't know. We're gonna do NFL. We're gonna do some NFL draft bust. I got a bunch of insider information. I already been doing some research on. Like I won Mr. Jamarcus Russell.
Oh, right.
And next week, I think our topic will be a little bit more juicier. So stay tuned, folks. I don't really have anything closing remarks this week. Hopefully I don't get roasted for my mock drafts. Thank you for listening all the way through. If you listen through, some people say the hour and a half is too long, but honestly, I think it's perfect. I could talk all day. So he could talk all day. I gotta let him talk more, folks. He talks better than me today.
Everyone have a great Easter weekend.
Bye, everybody. Catch some eggs. And remember, folks, white chocolate Easter candy is the best candy.
The best way to eat a peep is to throw it in the trash can.
Or give it to your dog. Speaking of dogs, before we leave, I saw on TikTok, somebody sent it to me. They gave their dog sparkling water. I want to give my dog sparkling water. Does that make me?
Let me know how that goes.
Does that make me a terrible owner?
All
I did was make him burp.
as long as no one finds out about it, I guess.
Well, hopefully our 85 viewers don't get too mad at me. Oh, guys, let's get to 100. I want to buy.
So close, guys.
We're 15 people away. I want to buy shirts and sell shirts.
Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Put in the comments who the band you think should get back together is. Everyone have a great week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all. Be safe.